And breaking news coming in regard to the attack that's taken place on Saif Ali Khan. There was a man who was quizzed by the police, but the police are saying that this is the man who's not connected to the case. They have said that there is no connection with the Saif Ali Khan attacking case. The attacker is still at large is what the police are saying, and that the man was not connected to the case of the actor. No arrests have been made so far in the attack that took place on the actor inside his residence in his building in Bandra. So the man that was taken by the Bandra police was in connection with some other case. There was no link to the attack that took place on actor Saif Ali Khan. And my colleague Radhika joining us on the phone line. Radhika, of course, he did look very similar to the guy who was seen escaping from the Sadhguru Sharan building, but there seems to be no link amongst the two cases, and this is some other man altogether.
Yes, that's what a senior police official has confirmed to us, that this man has no connection to the Saif Ali Khan attack case. So therefore, it is back to square one as far as the Mumbai police is concerned. Of course, they are talking to multiple people. They're questioning several people in connection to the case. And this man was also being questioned in connection to the case. He did look similar to the man we saw in those CCTV visuals. But now senior officials, they're telling us that this man has no connection. Have taken place. So that's the confirmation we have so far, which means the case is still at large. They are scanning CCTV footage, technical evidence being taken, phone data being examined from the premises and from the neighborhood when the incident happened. But now, once again, Mumbai police back to square one, no trace of the accused. In the morning, of course, this man was brought into Bandra police station. We were made to believe that actually attempted burglary in his residence, but looks like he has no connection to this case.
Right, Radhika, of course, the man is still at large. It's, been over 35 hours since that attack that took place inside the residence of the actor Saif Ali Khan. Saif Ali Khan was injured in multiple places, repeatedly injured by that attacker. The visuals that we have on our screen is of a man who is, not connected to that case, but there is a striking similarity as far as the looks are concerned, and which is why, initially reports were suggesting that it could have been the same man and that he was detained by the Mumbai police. However, the Mumbai police is there looking for the man. Do remember, 20 teams have been deployed. They are on the lookout for the man. Radhika, from what we've heard from the police, the last we heard was that the man was perhaps seen near the railway station of Bandra.
That's right. That was what was being told to us, that the man fled from the spot, fled from the building and went to Bandra railway station, from where he perhaps may have taken a train to the suburbs. So therefore, a team has been deployed in places like Vasai Nalasopara, which is a little far from Mumbai. So there is a team that's deployed there. There are multiple teams in the city of Mumbai, in Bandra particularly. But police officials telling us that he did go to Bandra railway station. There is information they have that he had fled from there and taken a train from, from Bandra railway station. So yes, that's the latest update we have as far as, the tracing of the accused is concerned. It's been more than a day, but no trace of this man. And Mumbai police under a lot of pressure, because this is happening in a high-profile neighborhood to a high-profile man inside his own private space. And his family was under threat. They were being threatened. They were held hostage for almost half an hour. And this man was lurking around that building for close to an hour. So this obviously has put, the Mumbai police under a lot of pressure and has left them red-faced, certainly. So now the priority is, of course, to catch the accused, which unfortunately the police have not been able to do so far.
Many people have been questioned in connection with this, of course, as to how did he really know the ins and outs of the building, ins and outs of the residence of the actor. Do remember that they are, staying in this building, the Sadhguru Sharan building. They own 4 floors. The man managed to get inside. He managed to even reach inside the room of their younger son, Jay. And that is when the scuffle that broke out. It was a nanny who alarmed Saif Ali Khan, got Saif Ali Khan to the house, to the room of his son, in order to protect his family. He got into a scuffle with the man. He did initially try to pacify the man, but in the scuffle, the man, Saif Ali Khan, sustained 6 injuries. Now, let's just get you a health update when it comes to the actor. It's the Dr. Nitin Dange, who is the chief neurosurgeon at the Lilavati hospital, has said that he is doing excellently well. He has now been shifted to a room from the ICU. He did spend the night inside the ICU. The doctor's gone on to say there were 2 injuries, one on his hand and one on his neck, which had been, they've been treated as well, and plastic surgery has also been performed. But the major operation was, as far as his spine is concerned, just 2 millimeters away from his spine is the wound that was very, very deep. That was where a huge portion of the knife was lodged. They had to remove that portion, and they have in fact made Saif Ali Khan walk as well. They say that he's doing really well, but he'll have to spend about 2 to 3 nights in the hospital before he can finally go home, and that he's being asked not to see any visitors at least for the time being, because there could be a chance of an infection, and in order to avoid that, he is being asked to avoid any sort of visitors, but it would perhaps take at least a week before Saif Ali Khan is completely recovered. He has been asked to take a bed rest for the next 7 days.
He is doing presently very well. His parameters have improved. He is being shifted from ICU to a special room for him. Today we will be keeping visitors in check because we want him to take rest. 2 मिलीमीटर से बच गया. जहां तक नाइफ पहुंचा है उससे 2 मिलीमीटर और जाने से स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में इंजरी हो सकता था, which is he is very very fortunate. It's a very deep wound, but वो जस्ट स्पाइन कॉर्ड से थोड़ा बच गया, तो उनकी एक अच्छी वो है. और मैंने जैसा आपको बताया बहुत बोल्डली बिहेव किए हैं.
Avira joining us from outside Lilavati Hospital, where the actor is continuing to get his treatment for the injuries that he sustained during that scuffle. Avira and Sujata both joining us from outside Lilavati Hospital. Avira, over to you first. We just heard the doctor say that Saif not just bravely fought with the intruder, but he walked into the hospital, didn't ask for a stretcher, said comparing him to a lion, saying that he walked in with his injuries and all bloodied. He walked along with his 8-year-old son Taimur. Taimur was the one who accompanied his father to the hospital in that auto rickshaw.
Yes, absolutely. We don't know how come Taimur made his way to the hospital with his father, who was absolutely injured, but there was nobody else who could take him to the hospital. Taimur came into the hospital with holding his father's hand, and his father was completely drenched in blood. That's what the doctor said. He was bleeding. He had 6 major injuries, so he was completely bleeding, but the doctor said he walked into the OT. He didn't need a stretcher. He just walked in like a lion. That's what the doctor said. And they also said that right now his condition is much better and he's stable, but he needs bed rest. And like you said, visitors are not allowed because there is a chance of infection, because the injury in the spine was a deep one. But thankfully the knife did not touch the spinal cord, and just by 2 mm it got saved, and there's no risk of paralysis at all, and he's absolutely fine. They also made him walk today, which is a great thing. We have seen the family going in the morning. Soha Ali Khan, his sister, was the first one to visit him, and she left, and after that his mother, his wife, Kunal Khemu, all of them walked in, and they're still there in the hospital with him right now.
Right, just the immediate family that has visited the actor since yesterday and this morning. Of course, visitors aren't allowed are the instructions that the doctors are giving out. Sujata joining us as well. Sujata, it was quite a close call, and from a real life to a real life hero there, Saif Ali Khan.
Well, that's true, and also just like the doctor said, and also Abira just mentioned that Saif Ali Khan walked in like a lion, and that too with his 8-year-old son Taimur Ali Khan, who's often seen accompanying his father at every function that he goes. But here at this particular spot, the doctors say that if it would have been just a 2 more millimeters, the knife, the pointed knife, it would have been inside his spine. The injury could have been worse, and pointing that the doctor said that currently he is doing well and has been shifted from the ICU to the special room that has been arranged for him. But also at the same time, the Mumbai police as well as the crime branch unit is trying to focus on the accused, because as we know, the accused was carrying a bag, and in the CCTV that is being surfaced, it can be clearly pointed that he has a bag which might carry weapons, one of which has been discovered from Saif Ali Khan's spine. But here now Mumbai police has clarified that no detention has been made officially so far. However, the Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde stated but later clarified that no such arrest have been made, though the Mumbai police and the crime branch is trying to get their hands on to this particular person, and also one of the workers who used to work with the other maids and person who used to work at Saif Ali Khan's residence. He was under the scanner, and yesterday one of the house help was questioned for more than 24 hours to find out his connection in this entire case, as well as the statement of Eliyama has also been recorded, who happens to be the maid of one of the children of Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor Khan. The family is with Saif Ali Khan present at their residence, but definitely looking at the troubling situation of security and law and order in currently in Bandra, which is a big zone where celebrities reside, and big bureaucrats and businessmen too have their properties and offices here in Bandra West. So, of course, a big one for the Mumbai police to find out who exactly was the accused, and accordingly action should be taken, because it was Saif Ali Khan's residence, the quadruplex that is owned by the couple, and henceforth it becomes even more important to get their hands on the particular accused in the case.
Right, 20 teams have been deployed in order to find that intruder, the suspect that you see on your screens. First, the visuals showing that how he'd entered the building, how he'd exited the building using the fire escape, managing not just to basically get inside and hide for an hour and a half before that scuffle that broke out. It was Saif Ali Khan, along with the help of his nanny, that managed to lock him inside a room and move the rest of the family and the family members upstairs to another floor. But he did again somehow manage to escape.